Welcome back once again. The Rivers State politicking space is becoming more intense. Similarly, Fubara, the governor of Rivers State, is no longer seeing it funny, and at this time, Wike has dared him and has dared whosoever that is supporting or even aiding him to even come to contest come 2027, simply stating that he should keep to the agreement they all had with Bola Ahmed Tinubu, and that is the reason why the presidency is actually shocked over what is actually playing out in Rivers State. Sincerely speaking, I'm going to be showing you how the APC chieftain stated that Similaye Fubara is the 001 and the leader of APC in Rivers State, but it is not practically being kept because as we speak, Similaye Fubara's loyalists from the House of Assembly down to House of Representatives down to even the Senate list have actually been shown, and all his loyalists are not even cleared to stand as candidates for the primaries, talk more of standing as candidate for the general election come 2027. So it is now versely stating that if Similaye Fubara eventually get cleared as governor or eventually wins the primaries, he is going to be suffering what we call non-grassroots followership, because all through round the political space in Rivers State is not in his favor. The assembly members of his loyalists are not being cleared, of which Nyesom Wike's loyalists are the ones that will be in the assembly. Down to the House of Rep, the same thing. Down to the Senate, that is exactly what is playing out. Down to the point that the former deputy governor of Rivers State, who ruled while Nyesom Wike was the governor, has actually not been cleared to return back to the Senate House. That is to tell you, and this woman is a loyalist and a full supporter of Similaye Fubara from the Riverine area. I'm going to be showing you all in full context what is actually happening and how Nyesom Wike has dared Similaye Fubara following the Rainbow Coalition. But before I do that, listen attentively for the notification that the APC chieftain stated that Similaye Fubara is the leader of APC in Rivers State, but the practical essence is not actually playing out. Watch, and when we come back, we'll continue.
No, I'm asking a specific question as relating to Rivers State. Who is the owner or the leader of the party? Who is determining things in the state as we speak? Is Ganasim Fubara tightly in control of the leadership of the APC in Rivers State? You are on record. Don't forget, Mr. Felix.
So, if it's with respect to the election, I don't know what you mean. Who's in control? Is any leader supposed to be in control of an election?
So let me ask you: who is the political leader of the APC in Rivers State as we speak?
Look, the leader of the party is the governor of Rivers State.
Is he in control of the party structure and the scheme of things as we speak? Truthfully, Mr. Moka, does he have control? Are the people aligned to him on his side? Are they given a chance? Is he going to even be cleared? Is he going to get the chance of being on the ballot?
Look, when you ask these questions, please permit me to answer the way I consider, proper to answer your question. Because you ask questions that, actually elicit answers that may not be founded in reality or in, proper understanding of the relationship between the party and the executive branch. The governor, is the leader of our party in all the states of Nigeria, not just in Rivers State. That we've made very clear. However, when it comes to elections, there is only one authority that has the power to manage our elections, and that is the national party, the national leadership. The National Working Committee of the party has the authority to conduct primaries, not the governors. The governors never have conducted any elections for the party, not in our party, not in any party, as far as I know. So when you frame the question as you do, I can't give you the yes or no answer because you are not framing it accurately. The proper understanding is that there is a political party called the APC with its constitutional organs, especially the National Working Committee, that is the primary manager of elections. So when you say is the governor in control, no governor is in control of our primary process. The party is in control of our party process, and all of the committees that we have sent to Rivers State, like we've sent to all other states in this country, are busy doing their jobs and reporting back to the national headquarters and following confirmation of those reports and recommendations.
Come back once again. You've listened attentively to this particular APC chieftain who is making clarification that Similaye Fubara is the leader of the APC, but practically it is not actually what is playing out, because it is becoming increasingly evident to many observers that the National Working Committee of the APC under the APC chairman is operating in alignment with political interests of Nyesom Wike, sincerely speaking, because individual perceived to be within Nyesom Wike's political family secured clearance, while others who are loyalists of Similaye Fubara are being disqualified. As you could see on your screen, this is All Progressive Congress APC list of screened and qualified senatorial aspirants. Look at it, Rivers. Under the Rivers West, you have Felix Obua. He has been cleared. Under the Southeast, Allwell Nyeso has been cleared. Under this other Southeast of Rivers, you have the Chief Barry. He has also been cleared. Now, this other list that has actually not been cleared and unqualified are loyalists of Siminalayi Fubara, where you have on the fourth column, you have Epalebo. Epalebo was the former governor, deputy governor in Rivers State, who deputized Nyesom Wike when he was actually the governor. She has not actually been cleared, and the worst of it all is that this is a sitting senator. So it is now clear that once again individuals have perceived that this is within Wike's political family, secured clearance while others were disqualified. Look at Ojuke Eflagramakre. Is accused by critics within the Rivers APC of consistently aligning with party structure with Wike's interests, even at the expense of his own loyalists. One Harry, who is loyalist of Ojuke Eflagramakre, accused him of taking financial gains from Wike, which made him lose the election to Wike's ally in Rivers Assembly election 2023. More striking is the reported disqualification of Jack, the former APC presidential aspirant who openly supported the party in 2023, including donating campaign infrastructure and offering substantial political backings to Bola Ahmed Tinubu. Many now view the development as a contradiction of party's loyalty, and reward. As for, Ipalibo Banigo, political insiders believe her neutrality in the Rivers crisis and refusal to join attacks against Siminalayi Fubara may have weakened her standing within the Wike's camp, because she did not actually stand within Wike when the issues were actually flaring up. At the center of the controversy is the growing perceptions that Wike remained the dominant force shaping APC and at large affairs in Rivers State, despite being repeatedly described elsewhere as the national leader of the PDP. Have you ever heard or seen where somebody that is not a political member of a party is actually being cleared and his loyalists are there to represent the state in virtually every political space? And that is the more reason why, as you could see on your screen, Wike Des Fubara, nobody can defeat our Rainbow Coalition in Rivers State. The Minister of Federal Capital Territory, Nyesom Wike, has thrown a direct challenge to Rivers State Governor Siminalayi Fubara, declaring that his Rainbow Coalition remains unbeaten ahead of the 2027 general election. Speaking amid the escalating political rivalry in the state, Wike asserted that the coalition, which cuts across party lines, will dominate all elective positions in Rivers State. He described the alliance as a strategic political force designed to align with the areas of strength and deliver victory regardless of traditional party affiliation. In his exact word, no one can defeat our Rainbow Coalition. Wike stated it boldly without any fear or favor in what many interpret as a clear message to Siminalayi Fubara and his supporters. The former governor has consistently positioned the coalition as a unifying platform under the renewed hope agenda, drawing members from the PDP and APC and other parties. The statement further intensifies the long-running feud between Nyesom Wike and his successor, Siminalayi Fubara. Once considered a political godson, Fubara has since broken ranks with Nyesom Wike, leading to a bitter power struggle that has denied Rivers politics since 2023. Wike has repeatedly accused Siminalayi Fubara of ingratitude and prioritizing second-term ambitions over governance. In contrast to Fubara's camp, has maintained focus on grassroots support and service delivery. That is exactly what is happening. Look at the politicking getting more intense. At this time, Siminalayi Fubara is losing what we call the grassroots support. All his loyalists from the House of Assembly, House of Rep to Senate are now clearly facing disqualification. Recent developments have heightened tension as stakeholders position themselves for 2027. Wike's influence within party structure continues to shape the political landscape. Now, look at the Rainbow Coalition strategy. Wike has described the Rainbow Coalition as a pragmatic response to Rivers State's peculiar political environment. According to him, the alliance will assess realities on the ground and fit candidates where it holds the strongest advantage. And that is exactly what is actually playing out, because for the fact that the coalition aims to produce consensus candidates for governorship and sweep other positions, effectively sidelining opposition from the Fubara's camp, has shown that this is a clear political game. The question is, where are the strongholds of Siminalayi Fubara? Where is the APC, who have stated that he is the leader of the party, but practically on ground in Rivers State is not actually what is playing out? The question is, what is the hope of Siminalayi Fubara, knowing fully well that, assuming though not conceding, he wins and clinch on the APC governorship seat, is he going to rule without the grassroots support from the House of Assembly, from the House of Rep, from the Senate, and where will his support come through? Because there's every tendency that if everything plays out this way, he might equally face future impeachment if things flows in this same vein. This is exactly what is happening, and Nyesom Wike has dared him to keep to the agreement he had between him and Bola Ahmed Tinubu. The question is, this agreement, what is the clause of this agreement? Is it within the interest of the masses, or is it within the interest of these same politicians who don't want this man to come back for second term, knowing fully well that the upland has ruled years and decades enough, but the riverine area where Similar Fubara is coming from has just ruled just 4 years. They need to complete their 8 years so that the ratio of proportion of governance in Rivers State will be clear, fair and glaring. This is exactly what is happening. So to bring all of this to your view, what is your take? What is your advice to Similar Fubara following this political game that is actually playing at? Because there's every tendency, and it is viewed through the residents and indigenes of Rivers State, that the APC as the national body is not actually telling Similar Fubara the truth, and they are not standing by him. If you're stating that he's the leader of the APC in Rivers State, then practically things are not flowing well for him. What is actually happening? Decided to bring all of this to you. Don't forget to share, like, and also hit the subscribe button, turn on the notification bell, and click on the like button so let's get informations promptly when we drop them here. Don't forget to share. Thanks for watching.